and what does it mean for you guys?
Well, I mean, I think he's, under the circumstances, he's doing as well as you could expect. Obviously incredibly disappointed, and he's put a lot into this season, so to have it to be injured and go through, all that process, this is probably hadn't hit him a whole lot yet, but just as you would expect. And he's a really, really good player, and but again, we got other guys that got to step up and got to get better this year, and it's a great opportunity. I think you saw a little bit of, I don't know how many plays it was, but well over a quarter, of those guys getting in there and mixing it up. So.
I guess right now, what does that kind of look like, and how important, is that depth?
Say it again.
I guess just what does that defensive tackles look like right now in terms of kind of getting guys involved, and how important is that depth?
Getting guys involved?
Yeah, as far as kind of those rotations and things.
Yeah, it's very, very important. So fortunately, we've been able to do that, early part of this year, rotating guys. So great opportunity for, again, guys like Peyton Page and E.T. and Darnell, and as well as Rook and Trey.
What did you see in Trey Williams kind of progress?
Same stuff we saw before, when we started. Again, a talented young guy that's learned how to play, and he's got a live body, and he's got a good get off, and got a good future in front of him. He's a pleaser, works hard, competes, and getting better every day.
Brent, obviously Boston College last year when they came in here had a good plan for this start. I mean, they won't have Jerkovich around for you guys, but what have you seen out of the Eagles so far?
Well, I thought last year they executed really well, really well. I don't, again, if it works, it's a good plan. If it doesn't, it's not so good. They executed at a very high level. We're in great position on a number of their plays. They made some good plays. We turned the ball over. They scored quick. We got down. I think then in the second half, we played better. We made more plays. And so.
What do you see out of the team, out of them this year?
Very disciplined. They're improved at running the football. I've seen the quarterback for a few years now. He's been on their roster for a while now. Good athlete. He's got a good arm. Makes good decisions. He's a gamer. A veteran offensive line. Every guy's back up front. They're huge. They can run the inside and outside zone plays. Do a great job. I think they're tops in the ACC in regards to tackles for loss given up, sacks given up, maybe first in the conference in third down offense. So executing at a very high level. And then Zay Flowers is a very dynamic player that can, take the top off the defense. They do a great job finding ways to get him the ball in space and getting him open through motions and alignments and whatnot.
He was talking about Justin Foster playing some three-technique a little bit. Was that something you guys planned to do with him prior to all the injuries happening?
Yeah, he played in the game inside early in the first quarter. Maybe the first drive, he came in at 3. So he's a big athletic guy that can smart. He's got good instincts, heavy-handed. So he'll do a good job playing both inside and outside.
How does Skowski seem to be holding up? I mean, I know
It's good.
Do you think frustrated Saturday with the injury?
Yeah, you would expect him to be frustrated, Again, nobody's worked harder than him, so that comes with, being banged up. There he is. You can ask him right there. But yeah, he's a dude though. He'll respond, and he's good to go. Practice today, so.
Were there any fear at all that could be long term at the time?
Are you asking me if I'm fearful?
No, when
Or
he was
him?
out, I don't think I can ask him.
What's that?
I just didn't know if there was any, if you guys.
I mean, I don't really spend any time. I'm like, who's goes in, you know, and then you try to, you know, make adjustments. To be very honest, you don't spend any time really being fearful. You just, okay, what are you going to do now? And so I think we've done a good job at developing our depth. And, you know, the thing that he brings is a leadership and a level of anticipation that, you know, only experience can give you some of those things. So there's a little bit of a void there. And when he's not in there from that standpoint, which is what you'd expect, it's to be like taking your starting quarterback that's been a multi-year starter, and all of a sudden he goes and, you know, at the bench. Next guy probably most of the time isn't going to be quite as good. I mean, you can go down the list of, unless you got two guys that are co-starters at a position. So anyway, I thought our guys did well. Thought, you know, again, you know, between him, Tyler Davis, Brian Brzee, Mario Goodrich, and those guys weren't in there, I thought the other guys did really pretty well overall. So that was pleasing, and that experience will pay off.
Did any of the other guys that came in, whether it be Levante or Jake or Payne, did any of those stand out? You guys be really, really cool.
Well, Vontae took the most snaps, obviously. I think Jake was in there for a couple, and then Kane was in there for maybe 15. They all did good, you know, when they came in. And I think Vontae was graded just under 80%, so pretty solid. And made some really good plays, and got some other stuff we got to work on. But he hadn't taken many reps for a little while at Mike, so it was good. And but there's different things. You just don't say, okay, you just go over there and play that other linebacker. They're not, all the linebacker positions aren't the same. Run fits, pass drops, you know, patterns on pressures, and there's a lot of rules for each position. Every position is not the same at linebacker. And I know you're not asking, but you know, you can't just necessarily just put them in, you know, just put the next best guy. Hopefully you've had time to cross-train some guys, and we were able to do that in the spring and fall camp with him. So that was good.
All right, we've got players coming in for dynamic warm-ups. Unfortunately, we're going to need to wrap this up. Thank y'all.
All right.